I never expected my life to be turned upside down by something my own child casually said at breakfast. My name is Mark, and I've been married to my wife Rachel for 10 years. We have a 5-year-old son, Liam, and what I believed was a happy, loving family life. Everything seemed normal that morning. We were eating breakfast, chatting about the day ahead, when Liam, out of nowhere, said something that made my stomach drop. "Daddy, I can't wait to see my other daddy today," he said, smiling and looking at his cereal as if it were the most natural thing in the world. I choked on my coffee. What? I blinked, trying to process what I had just heard. "What do you mean, Liam?" I asked, my voice trembling slightly. "My other daddy! He picks me up sometimes and we play games," Liam said cheerfully, completely unaware of the storm he had just unleashed. I stared at him in disbelief. My heart raced, my hands shook. Was my son joking? No, the way he said it, the way he smiled, it wasn't a joke. Something was very wrong. I turned to Rachel, my wife, who was calmly sipping her tea. She looked at me briefly, her eyes flickering with an emotion I couldn't place. Then she smiled innocently, as if nothing had happened. "Mark, Liam's just talking nonsense," she said casually. "Kids say silly things sometimes, but I couldn't let it go." My instincts screamed that something was off. I decided to investigate quietly, without alarming Rachel or my son. I started by asking subtle questions to Liam over the next few days, carefully watching his reactions. He described this other daddy in detail, where they go, what they do, and even specific things this man says. The story was consistent, too consistent for a child's imagination. I began to track Rachel's behavior. She became increasingly secretive, her phone always on silent, her excuses for leaving the house suddenly frequent and vague. I knew I had to uncover the truth. One evening, I followed her discreetly after she left for work. She drove to a small, nondescript apartment complex. I watched as she entered and spent hours there. Finally, I decided to knock on the door. A man answered, a man who looked eerily familiar. My heart sank. This was the other daddy Liam had been talking about. Inside, I discovered Rachel's secret. She had been maintaining a hidden relationship for months, even years, parallel to our family life. The man wasn't just a friend, he was intimately involved with her. The shock, betrayal, and hurt were overwhelming. I felt like my entire life had been a lie. I confronted Rachel that night at home. I presented the evidence, the observations, and my son's statements. At first, she tried to deny it, claiming that Liam had misunderstood, that he was imagining things. But the proof was undeniable. Every lie, every secret meeting, every hidden message, it all came crashing down. Rachel broke down, admitting everything. She confessed that she had been trying to balance two lives, keeping the other man hidden to maintain the illusion of a perfect family. My son, innocently unaware of the consequences, had unknowingly exposed her double life. The aftermath was devastating. I felt betrayed, humiliated, and heartbroken. I had to consider the future of my marriage, my son's emotional well-being, and how to navigate the chaos that Rachel's secrets had created. Counseling, long conversations, and boundary setting became the only path forward. Through this ordeal, I learned painful lessons. Secrets, no matter how carefully hidden, often emerge in unexpected ways. Children, innocent as they are, can uncover truths adults try desperately to hide. And trust, once broken, requires immense effort and honesty to rebuild. Months later, Rachel and I faced the consequences together. We had to make tough decisions about our relationship, our family, and our priorities. I realized that betrayal doesn't just hurt the person deceived, it touches everyone connected, especially the innocent. In the end, the revelation of a second daddy was the catalyst that forced hidden truths into the open. It was painful, it was shocking, but it was necessary. My life would never be the same, but it also became clearer, harder, and more honest than I had ever imagined.